Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in to the channel. This is Son of Liberty. Today's video we are going to be talking about belts, gun belts to be precise. So before we talk about Core Essentials' new range belt, I want to talk about their original belt first, okay? Now I've got a detailed video description or video of this belt on my channel. I'm going to post a link to that video down below in the video description. The reason I want you to be aware of that is because if you are interested in buying one of these, I go over a detailed review of this particular belt, as well as go over sizing instructions, which we won't be covering in this video, and I go over really in detail their track system, which is proprietary to Core Essentials. So once I got my first belt from Core Essentials, I really didn't know what to expect. I'd never tested a belt like this before. But I've got to say, after a few weeks of testing this belt, I realized this was something that was very unique to the market, and I was really super stoked about it. As a matter of fact, I really have enjoyed this belt so much, and I'm not sure if I can get this on camera or not, but you should be able to see some slight deformity in the belt right there, okay? It's not perfectly round anymore, and I use the term loosely, okay? The belt is essentially molded. Over the past year and a half, this plastic and the leather has molded to my body. Now the belt is a lot more flexible than it was when I first got it. It's a lot softer for me now, okay? So over the past year and a half, I have worn this to every range day. I have worn it a lot. So anyway, moving on to Core Essentials' new gun range belt. Alright guys, so this is the new Tactical Tan, I believe is what they call it, from Core Essentials. It's a very good looking belt. Now I realize that not everybody has seen these belts before, so I'll just do a brief overview. I won't go into great detail. As I mentioned before, there is a video link in the description below that goes into great detail. It's a complete review of the previous one that I received from Core Essentials. So essentially there is a track system, right? It's got 40 different adjustments, okay? Inside the buckle there is a lever with a hook on the inside of it, okay? So essentially as you feed this through, the lever is released and this feeds through and you can hear the adjustments. If it gets too tight, you just simply pull up on the lever and of course adjust it to the perfect fit. So with anything, we want to test this stuff and make sure that the belt will perform as it is indeed tested, which I didn't really think that there was going to be any issues. However, I wanted to test it not only outside the waist, but inside the waist as well. So let's tune into the range and let's see how this thing performed. Alright guys, so real quickly I just wanted to demonstrate how well this this gun belt helps me conceal for an everyday carry end user. Now, from the previous video, you guys saw me running the drills at the range. I was carrying a Glock 34 with a Surefire X300 Ultra flashlight and a Guncraft belt on the outside, and then I had multiple magazine carriers on the left side. So the gun performed phenomenally for a range end user. But I didn't want to stop the testing there. I wanted to take it a step further and test it for its all-day comfort and viability for everyday carry end users. That way you are getting information based on a person who does things at the range as well as EDC, not just one or the other. All right. So I am 6 foot tall, 210 pounds. I've got just a pair of normal regular fit jeans and an extra large shirt. I'm carrying a CZ P10 compact with a Generation 3 Enforce light, and of course the additional magazine. Now, one of the things that I want to definitely point out is that I expected this belt to be extremely uncomfortable for me for everyday carry, and let me explain why. I have never been able to have any success with any stiff belt for EDC ever. And I'll give you an example. Aries belts, they make great quality belts. However, the stiffness of those belts tend to dig into my tailbone after just a few hours, and they become very uncomfortable for me, okay? Especially sitting inside of a vehicle. Now, I've got really bad back issues, and I'm sure that plays somewhat of a role with that. So anyway, I expected to have the same issues with this one. I did not. The gun or the belt does not move. Of course, it's got the same ratchet adjustment system as the last one. That's what makes the TRAKLINE belt so great. But let me bring in a GoPro real quick, and I just wanted to show you how well this actually conforms to my body from the top-down view. Alright guys, so just to give you an idea of how well that belt brings in this gun to me. Now, of course, you can see the claw right there, and that is really the answer to this. But let me switch the angle here of the camera so that you can see as well from this view, again, how well that this conforms to my body, okay? And there's actually a couple areas. I'm going to adjust the camera over again, but I'm not sure if you can see that right there. That is where I've been doing one-handed manipulation. So I've tested this to make sure that it will hold up to you know, the gun being used from a wounded position where you're having to use this belt in aiding you and keeping you into the fight. All right, real quickly before I wrap up this video review, I want to talk about the pros and cons real quick. So regarding the pros, I mean, it's pretty obvious. This belt performed phenomenally well. It holds up the weight extremely well. And not only can I take this belt and run any outside the waistband drills that I want with multiple magazines, I can run AR drills if I want. I can take it and run it in an IDPA match. I can take that same belt and I can wear it home concealed. I can wear this belt to church, to work. You know, this belt fits all of my needs across the board, okay? One of the things that impressed me the most about this belt, in all honesty, is the fact that I can wear for the very first time a stiff belt that doesn't cause me physical pain. And that's a really big deal. I've been wearing this belt every day since I got it, and I absolutely and truly love this belt. The only con that I can think of that I believe could make the belt actually better is some kind of tab or attachment in order to bring these two pieces together. So when I'm carrying concealed, and because I run a gun appendix, if you're not familiar with most people who run appendix, they will either run the belt straight at the 12 o'clock with the holsters on each side of the buckle. I don't find that to be as advantageous because I'm unable to adjust the belt at that point. So what I do is I shift mine to the left. That gives me the ability to either tighten it or loosen it as necessary, and I have this entire area here for my gun belt, or excuse my gun holster. What I have found is that because this belt is stiff, I have to position this part of the belt directly behind a belt loop, okay, on my jeans. So it really pushes out on the loop. And so what I'd like to see is some kind of an attachment to where I can seal these together, whether that be a Velcro strap, some kind of elastic band like a Ranger band or a smaller version of it, I believe would be absolutely perfect for this. It's not a deal killer for me whatsoever, but it's just something that I thought that I would mention. So anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you guys are interested in getting one of these belts, there will be a description or a link in the video description down below. Just click that and that'll take you to the website. So guys, if you are not a subscriber, I'd love to have you on board, and thank you so much for your continued support to my subscribers. As always, it means a lot to me. So guys, until the next video, take care, be safe.